Good morning, everyone. How are you? What's happening out there in News and Motion land? This is Gail Dudley. Today is Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2021. What's up? Who's out here today? Come on in the room. Hey, Deborah Johnson. Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. How's everyone doing this morning? Good morning, Pastor Alex. How's everyone doing this morning? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Hester. Good morning, sister. How you doing? Good morning, people. Good morning. Yay! It is Wednesday, y'all. This is called Hump Day. Good morning, Mary Jenkins. Good morning. This is Wednesday. This is Hump Day. We got a lot to cover. Good morning, Latrice Jones. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. You love the red? Thank you, Deborah. Good morning, Diane Ladybug. Good morning. Good morning. We have a lot to cover. Today is Wednesday workshop, people. Today is Wednesday workshop. Good morning, Stephanie Burbridge Hall. All right, y'all. Here it is. And they're already sending me stuff, so it already advances. All right, y'all. We're returning to the book of the week, but actually this month I'm doing the book every day since we now have our News and Motion page up and running, which you're on there right now. Good morning, Pastor Annette. Good morning, Antoinette. Hey, Antoinette, I need you to confirm your email. I know you sent that to me once before, but your gift certificate keeps bouncing back, sister, so I gotta make sure we have it right. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all serious. Y'all, Kelly Lee's birthday was yesterday. She's up in here. Her birthday was yesterday. Good morning, Marion. So anyway, on the News and Motion page, there will be a book every day for Black History Month with a link to purchase if you want to purchase it right there on Amazon. All right, y'all, everybody's getting confirmed on the Biden administration. But y'all, I just had to give this one a particular shout out. Y'all, Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he is now the transportation secretary. There's something about that dude I just really, really like. There's something about him that I just really, really like what he's doing. So he's kind of like rewriting the position description. And I think he's going to be a spokesperson for President Biden. But I like Pete Buttigieg. So that's happening. The Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, his wife, Virginia. Y'all know she was kind of heavily into this whole thing with the I'm not saying she was a part of the insurrection. I don't want to say that. But she was an advocate. She was making conversation. She was purchasing things. She was doing things. She was raising her voice. So she has apologized to her husband's Clarence Thomas, former law clerks, saying that she's sorry for the rift that developed. Really? Really, the rift? Okay. The rift. Y'all, 2 FBI agents were killed yesterday. This was a shootout. They were attempting to serve a warrant, and it seems as if there's some violent crimes against children in the area. So y'all, let's just pray for that as that is unfolding as well. So we got to keep that on the forefront. Okay, I think I have a lot of you in here already. Yes, she paid for buses. Thank you. I think I have a lot of you in here already. So this is what I need you to do so I can start getting ready for the Wednesday workshop. Well, I already am ready, but I'm going to use some of the information you post. And before I keep going to the news, because I got more news, but for those of you who are already in here, put in the comment section how you use social media. That's right, Kim Edmondson, the riff. How you use social media. So if you would just fill up, good morning, Shirley. If you would just fill up the thread on how you use social media. If you use it for a business, if you use it for a ministry, if you use it for a nonprofit, if you use it just for social conversation with people. But fill up the thread, how you use social media. Trust me, you're going to want to do this. Fill up the thread on how you use social media. I'm going to keep going through the news as you're doing that. Because I'm gonna be checking it out, and of course the team is checking it out. Because we're gonna implement that in this Wednesday workshop. Yes, we are. So please fill up the thread on how you use social media. Okay, I see ministry coming in. Okay, so let me know how you use social media. Okay, let me keep going, y'all. Amazon in motion. Good morning, Demia. Amazon in motion. Amazon in motion. Y'all, Bezos launched Amazon in 1994. People talked about him. People were like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this out your garage? You see, let me just stop right there and put just this message out here. You know, we got to stop listening to the naysayers, people. We got to stop listening to the naysayers. I see all of y'all stuff that y'all putting in there. Thank you. We got to stop listening to the naysayers. They laughed at Jeff Bezos. Who laughing now? But so 1994, he started doing this, and it became an online bookstore. And he has now taken that to $1.7 trillion with the T, y'all, trillion dollars. That's what he's doing. And this now people call it the everything store. And that's just one part. But they also now purchase Whole Foods. Y'all know about that. So he's stepping down after more than 20 years, ushering in a new era of e-commerce. And he's passing this off to the web services chief, Andy Jassy, who will take on the mantle. Y'all, I didn't know this either. Did y'all know Jeff Bezos owned Washington Post? Now, I get alerts from Washington Post. I didn't know he owned Washington Post. Are you kidding me? That's what you call diversifying everything that's going on. I see all of y'all coming in. Listen, if you're wondering what's happening, yes, that's right, Pastor. Start your business today. If y'all wondering what's happening, what people are posting, this is Wednesday workshop. So I ask people to post how they use social media. So let me know how you use social media, because we're going to pull some of that out when we go through the Wednesday workshop today. How do you use social media? So y'all listen to this too. Yeah, talking about Jeff. I'm still on Amazon, y'all. Y'all, they passed 100 billion for a quarter. Well, that's a B, not an M, a B. 100 billion quarterly sales for the first time, y'all. Hello, somebody. He passed 100 billion. 100 billion. Can y'all believe that? 100 billion. Y'all, GameStop shares, they fell 60% yesterday. Good morning, John Gore. They fell 60% yesterday. See, pull out of that before you walk away with not a dollar. Pull out of that. All right, y'all. So again, just a quick highlight. We have 2 FBI agents who were killed in a raid yesterday. They were going to do a warrant. They were going to serve a warrant that was going to prepare for a raid, is how I'm reading this. The agents were said to be part of a task force battling violent crimes against children in the area. And this was deadly force. So that happened yesterday. Y'all don't forget, we have Virginia Thomas, who decided to apologize to her husband, Justice Clarence Thomas, to his law clerks, talking about she's sorry for the rift. Somebody got murdered. Somebody died in the rift, lady. Really, they should consider impeaching. Now, I know he didn't do it, but that's his wife. You know, when you have people in certain seats, you got to operate in a certain way. But anyway, let me leave that alone. And then we also have Pete Buttigieg. I just love me some Pete Buttigieg. He's going to rewrite this transportation secretary position. Let me say this before I go into the Wednesday workshop. Have y'all noticed that no one really knew about the transportation secretary until now? No one was talking about the transportation secretary. Nobody cared about the transportation secretary. But now all of a sudden people want to know about the transportation secretary. No, they don't want to know about that. They want to know about Pete Buttigieg. He's going to go some places, y'all. All right, y'all, got more news, but I got to insert the Wednesday workshop right about here. So I was asking y'all to fill up the thread. For the Wednesday workshop. I was asking you to write down how you use social media. how you use social media. So let me tell you a little bit about the Wednesday workshop. And once again, I want to highlight Demia Candine. Let me tell you why I want to highlight her. Last Wednesday, when I was talking about filibusters, we were doing a workshop on filibusters. And thank you for all of you. Good morning to my brother, Louis Pryor. Thank you to all of you who really did want to elevate me to MSNBC after the woman on MSNBC flunked giving the definition and the understanding of filibusters. I caught that on YouTube and I went, what is she talking about? She wasn't prepped or something. And those of you who stepped to the plate, y'all need to hear from Gail Dudley with filibusters. Thank you for even putting me out there on that level. But I did. I think it was there in Victoria or something. I was like, what is she talking about? Because that wasn't connecting what she was saying. And she tried, but she didn't connect it. But anyway, back to Demia Candine. When we were doing the filibuster workshop last Wednesday, she made a post. And since the girls watch it, my daughter grabbed it. And she had already sent it to me saying, Mom, here's a screenshot. This is what she calls her Miss Demia. This is what Miss Demia was saying, and this is what you should look at. I would love to give y'all a whole segment on a Wednesday workshop. I can't do that. But what we're going to do is give you some snippets, some information that you can take with it and run with it. And as you are running with it, if you're like, well, I want some more of that, then there will be different levels. We're going to do different memberships. We're going to roll that out later on. And it's not anything crazy. We're talking like $3, $5 if you want to go that route, or you can do a one-on-one with me. But we're just looking at ways to do it, because if it's something that is striking a nerve with you and something that you want to do more of, this then will become available. So today's Wednesday workshop, we're talking about social media. And this is information I share with some of my business clients, my startup business clients, also publishing authors. So we're talking about a social media platform. That's why I was asking you to fill this up to let me know how you use social media. If you use it for personal reasons, for ministry, for business, however you use it. So here's three things, three questions you must ask when you're doing social media. Y'all, and this has my G in the middle. So this is my stuff. This has my G in the middle. This is my stuff. And the G is with At the Table with Gail. That's my profit business. And it says, here's three questions. Hi, Mike Nicholson. Here's three questions. Number one, who do you want to reach? When you're talking about social media, you have to be able to answer the question, who do you want to reach? For example, when I started News in Motion, I just wanted to talk about politics. I wanted to educate people on voters' rights, voter education. I wanted to talk about oppression and suppression of vote. I wanted to talk about civic engagement. I wanted to talk about how you get to the table. So when I started News in Motion, I was just giving news. But as we continued to go, we started defining what it is we wanted to give, who it is we wanted to target. Now, we're not ignoring people who are 40 and under. We're not doing that. But our targeted audience and the algorithm, we'll talk about algorithm in a moment, the algorithm shows that who we wanted to reach is really happening. We're really reaching anywhere from 45 to 69-year-old. 45 to 69-year-old. We're also reaching people who are pastors, clergy, leaders, small business owners, mentors, educators, career-oriented. That's just some of the sampling of who we reach. So you have to ask the question, who is it that you want to reach? The second question is, how do you want to define your targeted audience? How do you want to define them? And how would you define your targeted audience? Demia says, I'm 29, but I'm still tuned in. Yeah, you're right, Mike Nicholson. Algorithms are no joke. And hear me, especially Facebook. Facebook will flip the algorithm on you in 24 hours. 1 minute you think you have arrived, you have accomplished, and things are going well, and they will change the algorithm. The algorithm, and there's taglines, like you notice I use hashtag Wednesday Workshop on today. When you start using hashtags, it sends people to that hashtag, which also helps your algorithm. So some of you may be saying, nobody sees my post. Why isn't anybody giving me any likes? Why aren't anybody following me? Because you're not on their feed. Some of you may say, I have 2,000 followers, 2,000 friends. Why aren't anybody engaging with me? Because the algorithm is not allowing you to populate, to go up. So you have to have engagement. When you're talking about social media, engagement is key. You have to engage the audience. You have to engage the audience. Facebook has specifically asked News in Motion, how are you getting what you're getting, and how are you doing it, and how are you able to do it on your personal page? Well, that's going to cost you if you want to know that. Because if you're running Facebook, you should know how I'm doing what I'm doing. So if you want to pay me, Facebook, I'll tell you how I'm doing what I'm doing. But it's the hashtag, it's the conversation, it's the engagement. So that's question number 2. Question number 3 is, how much do I want to engage my audience, my followers? How much do I want to engage my audience, my followers? You have to determine that. So for example, if you are on Instagram, to get anywhere you want to get to Instagram, you have to post 24/7. And no one has time for that. Now, some of you may say, well, just use Hootsuite or use some of those that will post for you. Be careful with that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying be careful with that. Because you don't want to have a scheduled post. You do not want to have a scheduled post, and in that scheduling post, all of a sudden something horrific happens, and you have a post schedule that says, isn't this a great day in America? No. So I do not schedule posts. I don't do it. There's been too many people whose business folded because they made some posts in the strangest times. Now, does it help some businesses? Absolutely, it helps some businesses. But you have to be mindful of that. For example, we have interns, but I still do my posting. I still want to engage myself. And if you have somebody posting for you, they have to know your rhythm. They have to know your beat, because everybody has a beat. Everybody has a beat. So if you have someone posting for you, they have to be a part of your DNA and working with you as you're posting. Let me keep going. So that's number 1. You got to change your perspective. So you have those 3 questions to change your perspective. Now realize you cannot communicate with everyone. You cannot communicate with everyone. And also do not run from those who make posts that you don't align with. Let them post. Let them post. Just don't get sucked in. Don't get into an argument with people. But as you build your tribe will interact with them. I'll give y'all an example. Latrice Jones, Kenny Stanley, Carrie Kuba. When somebody posts something crazy on my wall, trust me, the tribe is coming to get them. Not because I sent out a PSA to go get them. It's because they read, they're like, Your tribe will do the work for you. Because if you're always debating people, you become defensive, you become labeled, the algorithm decreases. Y'all, algorithm is important. It is so important. So let me go to number 2, social strategy. Now, trust me, I am giving you about 4 hours in like 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and 10 minutes. So social media strategy, write down everything you have going on. So I asked all of you to let me know what it is and how you use social media. So you want to write down everything you have going on. This is how you build your strategy. What projects will you have content to use? Write out content. Not that you necessarily going to use the content every day, how you have it scheduled, but write out your content. Have a thing for the week or have a thing for the month. So for example, I'm going to pull somebody out of here. So if I'm pulling you, that means this should be helpful to you. So I'm going to pull out for a moment Pastor Alex. Pastor Alex, Bible studies, ministry, social justice, things that you're doing. What you can do is write out content. Like say you have a thing this month of, I don't know, Battlefield of the Mind. I'm just throwing something out there. Battlefield of the Mind. So every day that you post, there's something that you're going to talk about the mind, and something you're going to talk about warfare, something you're going to talk about battling, something that you're going to direct people to a scripture. So that's a post. That's a post. Now, when you just do regular word posts, the algorithm may grab it if people are engaging, but you really need to do a word post with a picture. You need to have an image, whether that's a meme, whatever that is, you need to have an image. And let me tell y'all this, when you have images, you want 300 DPI. I know you're saying, well, what is that? 300 DPI picks up off of the web, off of the social media platform, the internet. 300 DPI gives you more clarity. You do not want a pixelated image. You do not want that. A pixelated image means it gets fuzzy, it gets real crazy. You don't want that. So Pastor Alex, so let's say you do that on Facebook. Excuse me. I don't know if you have an Instagram or Twitter, but you would want to post it on one of those as well, but you want to change the content just slightly. The RSS feed does not like everything to be the same. So again, when you use Hootsuite and you're passing them all out to all these different platforms, the algorithm is going to get jacked up because there needs to be something in each post that changes. You can use the same image, but there has to be some wording and some hashtags that need to change. See, people don't tell y'all that. So you have to find a way to balance it to make it look like you're doing an organic post everywhere you're going. So Pastor Alex, let's say you do something on Instagram. So you have Facebook and Instagram. Well, you also need to go over to YouTube and do a 3-minute YouTube. And you can tell people on your social media, hey, I'm getting ready to go live on my YouTube at 3 p.m. where I'm going to do a 3-minute piece on Battlefield of the Mind. It's that simple, y'all. It really is that simple. Okay, come here, all of you paparazzi people. I see Brian Costin on here. I see Latrice on here. I believe Nawana's on here. I'm not for sure if Kimberly's on here. I know Adrian's on here. All right. So you sell jewelry. That's what you do. You sell jewelry. Don't focus on the $5, y'all. Focus on the jewelry and how it's banging. Like the piece I wore yesterday, I got so many compliments on that paparazzi jewelry. It was banging, y'all. It was banging, and people were asking questions. But see, this is what y'all can do with that. You can then begin to educate people. So you have the jewelry, yes, but educate on people on how to wear it. Educate people on what colors look best. Do a color thing. Do some sort of education to go along with it. Here's why. People will follow you when you're educating. They will begin to leave you when you're always selling. That's the difference, y'all. So yes, that's your business. You're helping people with jewelry. You're helping people compliment their different pieces. So start educating. Latrice, I'm gonna give this example too, if you don't mind. Latrice on yesterday, she did a post in her paparazzi page on. She asked a question if anyone's experiencing thinning hair. If anyone is experiencing thinning hair. So she put that out there and people started commenting and they started talking about vitamins or cutting their hair off or they just gave up or thyroid. There were several things people were weighing in on that. Now that was on her business page. Now you may think that has nothing to do with jewelry. No, that has everything to do with jewelry and that's smart. Complement your bald head with these larger pieces. There's different ways that you can bring in and educate people where they're like, hey, yep, I'm dealing with thinning hair. Yep, I'm thinking about cutting it off. Yes, I'm thinking about changing the colors. Yes, I'm thinking about doing something else. And now I have someone educating me on this and also showing with me how jewelry, how statement pieces can pop that out. Yeah, I'm going to follow her. Yes, I'm going to buy from her. Yes, I'm going to see what she has to say. Yes, yes, yes. So it wasn't just sales. It's now let's see what else we have going on here. Let me pull out somebody else. Let me pull out John Gore with mentorship with Alpha Phi Alpha. Mentoring. Okay, so we mentor, we're doing something with Alpha. What else can I do on my social media? I can put out mentoring tips. Last month, it was January, but last month was mentorship awareness month. Last month was mentorship awareness month. So with mentorship, educate, talk to people, use it as a recruitment tool, use it as highlighting on what Alpha Phi Alpha is doing with mentoring young Black men. Hello, somebody. That's how you use these platforms, y'all, especially when you're talking about engagement. You want to engage the people. I know and I see them talking about, you're going too long. Okay, what projects will you have content? And then answering this question, what do you want to do throughout the quarter? So here's another thing you can do, y'all. You can look at the causes. I told y'all last month was Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and I just told you Mentorship Awareness Month was last month. This month is Black History Month. Everything you should do to some degree should have something that is tied into Black History Month. So here we go, Mike Nicholson. Mike Nicholson is more about, okay, so this is what we need to do with our health. Black people, we have challenges with diabetes. We have challenges with high blood pressure. We have challenges with high cholesterol. The whole disparity when it comes to health. Okay, you can sit on your behind and do nothing, or you can get up. I do online classes. Here's some tips on things to eat. This is how much water you should drink. This is what you should do. I know I've been dealing with this whole intermittent fasting thing. It's not working for me, and letting people know it doesn't work. And it doesn't work for me because if I don't eat in the morning, like at 6, since I get up at 4:30, I'll probably pass out right here because of a condition I have. So that's not working for me. So what else can I do but having that education that goes along with it? That's social media, y'all. Yes, post your family pictures. Yes, post doing things. I call that a peek behind Gail's weekend, where I give live stuff. I made some macaroni and cheese the other day. I think my macaroni and cheese is the bomb.com. I think nobody else can make macaroni and cheese like me. But those posts get very little engagement. Very little. Why? Because people don't know me as the cook. No, they know me as the politician, the politics, the education, the news and motion. They're like, oh, that's cute. She showed me some macaroni and cheese, but that's not what's getting it for people. So when you start doing your brand, people are going to identify you based upon your brand. All right, so then number 3, you have to identify a plan of action. I'm going way too long. Identify a plan of action. So start a blog post. When you do something, connect everyone. Connect all your different social media platforms, because you're always educating. So again, you can do your blog, and a blog you can do a blog for 250 words to 300 words. Some of them are 1,000 words, some of them are less, but 250 to 300 words is perfect for that type of platform. So you have a blog. Then from the blog, you're sending them to your podcast, you're sending them to the YouTube, or you're sending them to Twitter or Instagram or Facebook. You want to connect, and you don't have to be on all of them. You can do something. Say, hey, I'm going to go live at such and such a time, and then go live and get people engaged with that. Y'all, this is just a little drop in the bucket of what I'm sharing with you all today. But listen, you want to do a monthly, a weekly, and a daily sort of strategy. You want to break that down. You want to organize your projects. You want to come up with all the images that you're going to use. Y'all, there are some great sites. Unsplash.com, that's a great site. Unsplash.com. Pixabay is another great site, but you also need to read the rules. For everything that you're doing to make sure you're using them correctly. And I see y'all on here. See, I get so excited about what I'm doing, which also I want to share this. I want to share this with all of you as well. You have to enjoy what it is that you're doing. Y'all know I enjoy what I'm doing. Y'all know it. And when you enjoy what you're doing, you just keep giving it. Kim Edmondson, when you say, what is that? What are you talking about? Tell me what you're talking about. Kim Edmondson, tell me what you're talking about in your question. What is that? So you want to just have joy. You want to be excited. You want to really let people know, I know what I'm talking about. Hear me. You can't force anybody to follow what it is that you're doing, but you can guide them. So y'all, just gave y'all, and if I didn't call you into the workshop, no problem. Follow what I just shared with some other people. Or you can book a one-on-one with me. Yes, you can do that too. You can. All right, y'all, Twitter in motion. Since we're talking about social media, let me go to Twitter in motion. I'm still looking to see what Kim Edmondson was asking the question. Twitter in motion, y'all. Twitter is having an absolute field day. They're having an absolute field day with Courtside Karen. Alt plus meta. I have no idea what you're talking about. Not unless, was it something I said? Or I'll come back and follow you later and see what you were saying. I'll come back and do a one-on-one with you, ask you. Y'all, anyway, Twitter's having a field day. They're having a field day with Courtside Karen, who got into it with LeBron James and then got kicked out. Oh, the tags. I'll do a little post on that later on today, so you understand the tags, because you do have to tags. You do have to tag people. It is so important to tag people. Let me give you this quick, y'all. I'm giving y'all some serious free stuff. Hopefully y'all not ignoring it. Hopefully y'all not ignoring it. You really grabbing hold of this. So example. If you're doing something and you're referencing someone else, tag them. And the reason I'm saying that, so let's say, I like the book Green Print. Green Print is the whole plant-based thing that Beyonce, you can't hate it, Demia, though. You can't hate it. The whole thing Beyonce and Jay-Z are doing, and all how they became very healthy, their whole plant-based thing. So when I talk about Green Print, I tag them. That is another way you get, that's another way you become an influencer, and that's another way you get sponsors, when you're always tagging them and they see your algorithm and they see how many people are following you. That gives you open doors for other things. So, and I'll talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about that next week about tagging. I know you may hate it, but there's something to tagging. So even if you're wearing a necklace, tagging that person who made the necklace. If you're wearing something else, tagging that person. Tags are important, whether you're tagging the person or using a hashtag, like hashtag jewelry or hashtag green print book. And when you're hashtagging, all the words have to come together. Now, Instagram will make them all lowercase, but you can push it to make the G in green cap, the P in print cap. You can push it to do that. When you do that, believe it or not, the algorithm goes up. They won't tell you that, but you gotta learn the tricks. Okay, I'm done. They're binging me like crazy. All right, so y'all can call me for a one-on-one consultation if you like. All right, y'all. So anyway, this woman, courtside Karen, and her husband got into it with LeBron James. Okay, let me read this. Los Angeles Lakers star LeBron James called out an unruly fan Monday night after she and her husband got into a verbal dispute with a player while not wearing their mask, according to ESPN. Juliana Carlos and her husband Chris were seen getting into a spat with James during the Monday night game between the Lakers and the Atlanta Hawks. The couple can be seen cursing at James before officials and security at State Farm Arena threw them out. Juliana later took to Instagram to hurl even more offensive language at James. And eventually the NBA legend took to his own Twitter page to call her out. I won't even tell y'all what he said. But here's my question. Fans can go back to games? So hospitalization's gone down. We asked to double our masks. So everything open back up? How did it get to courtside without any mask? We doing that now? See, that's why we can't get out of the mess we in. Everything just opening back up. Everything just opening back up. Say what? So anyway, so courtside Karen, that's what's happening. Instagram in motion. AOC Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez took to Instagram to tell more of her story from January the 6th attempted coup on the Capitol Hill. This is a quote. She said, "I thought I was going to die, and I had a lot of thoughts." You have a lot of thoughts when you're in situations like that. "I have never been quieter in my entire life," she said on Instagram in tears. If y'all have not seen her Instagram story, trust me, you want to watch this video of AOC. She goes on and says, "Since the attack that the U.S. Department of Justice has revealed in court filings that at least one of the domestic terrorists who got into the building, Garrett Miller, made explicit threats about plans to kill Ocasio-Cortez. You could hear him yelling throughout the halls, 'Where is she? Where is she?' She gives a quote, 'These folks who tell you to move on and it's not a big deal that we should forget what happened or even telling us to apologize. These are the same tactics of abusers.' She goes on to say, 'I am a survivor of sexual assault. I haven't told many people that in my life, but when you go through trauma compounds on each other.' These were her words. When I watched that, I was like bawling to hear her talk about the terror that she experienced, and hearing somebody saying, where is she? Where is Ocasio? Where is AOC? And she's talking about she was hiding and people were hiding her and they had desks up against the door. I can only imagine how frightening that was for her. And then to hear her talk about how she was sexually abused and the sexual assault and then trauma compounds trauma. We need to stop telling people to just get over stuff, y'all. And telling her to apologize for the words. She said no. She, as she said to Ted Cruz on Twitter, you almost had me murdered. See, this is how serious this is. And we're still playing with this green person. We're still playing around with Holly. We're still playing around with Cruz. No, that's not okay. We're still playing around with that man that left the office early on January the 20th. We're still like taking this lightly. No, if we don't deal with this now, we don't know what's to come. All right, y'all, coronavirus numbers in the U.S. confirmed cases, 27,027,347. 27,027,347. Deaths, 457,856 deaths. Again, deaths, 457,856 deaths. You're absolutely right, Mike Nicholson, Kim Edmondson, and everyone. Having a content calendar is key. Even if you don't follow it to the T, having something so that you know what you're saying, you're tying it in, you're looking at everything. For example, and I'm getting to the recovered in a moment. For example, with News in Motion, we know what episode we're on. We know what we've talked about. Some things may be repeated, and it's okay that they're being repeated, but understanding where you are and what's going on right now is really key when you're looking at your content calendar. All right, y'all, recovered 16,750,422. Recovered 16,750,422. Recovered 16,750,422. Let's celebrate recovery. All right, real quick, y'all. Body cameras. 2 members of the Georgia Police Department have had their positions vacated after they were recorded on body cam having a racist and demeaning conversation about Black people, slavery, and voting rights activist Stacey Abrams. Did y'all hear that? 2 members of the Georgia Police Department has had their positions vacated after they're recorded on body cameras. They thought they had turned them off, but they hadn't. I'm glad that they didn't know they didn't turn them off. They were having a racist and demeaning conversation about Black people, slavery, and voting rights activist Stacey Abrams. In June, Hamilton Police Chief Gene Allman and Officer John Brooks were speaking. Y'all notice that? Police chief. He was a chief. We're speaking before Black Lives Matter protests. This is ABC affiliate WTVM9 reported that. So that happened. Y'all, for the win, this came from Pastor Annette. For the win, CNN is reporting that after making thousands off of GameStop stock last week, a 21-year-old college student used his newfound riches to pay it forward to a local children's hospital. Hunter Kahn is his name, Hunter Kahn, Kahn, a mechanical engineering student at Cornell University, donated multiple Nintendo Switch consoles and games to Children's Minnesota Hospital in Minneapolis. After cashing out almost $30,000 in GameStop stock, say that real fast, last Wednesday, he told CNN. So he took that money and paid it forward. So great for him. And then now I'm at the inspirational message. During my worship time this morning, I was listening to Tamala Mann talk about God will provide. God will provide. So this is what I want to say about that. Regardless of where you are right now in your life, understand that God will provide. It may look bleak. It may look dim. You may be confused. You may be struggling right now, but understand that God will provide. God will order your steps. All you have to do is be still, open up, and ask God to show you the way. Listen, we've all been there. We've all had moments of challenges. We've all been in a place where we think we're going to throw in the towel, but that is at the moment that you stand up. Remember what I said last week, that God will stand you up in the middle of a field and let you go whichever way you choose to go. I'm not for sure if y'all have seen this series called The Chosen. This series called The Chosen. It's on Vid Angel, VID Angel, Vid Angel. It's called The Chosen. It is called The Chosen. They're going through 4 of the Gospels. It was just the first series I was able to see so far. They don't have series 2 out yet. But the first series, I'm telling y'all, that's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. The way that they portray the Bible and how it comes to life is absolutely amazing. And all through the first series, I finished the first series on last evening. I kept saying, God will provide. So then this morning when I asked, that thing, because I don't want her to start talking, to play some music, that came on. Tamala Mann came on about God will provide. Here's my question. What do you need God to do for you today? What are you struggling with? What are you worried about? What are you concerned about? I want you to know that God will provide. Yes, Pastor Alex, Chosen is awesome. There's a scene in Chosen where it's Mary, y'all know Mary Magdalene. And so Jesus comes and the man who's portraying himself as Jesus comes and lays hands on her. The way he laid hands on her, I was done watching that show. And that's the ending of the first episode of series 1. So much so, I looked over at my husband and I said, I want Jesus to touch me like that. I just want him to come wherever he is and literally lay his hands on me and touch me like that. I just want him to touch me like that. That show is awesome. That show is absolutely amazing. I'm telling y'all, they've had an anointed team with them, and they had to be praying. They probably still praying. I'm sure they are, because they know God will provide. Because y'all, there's something, when you're watching that, you feel like your whole life is being transformed. You're like they're almost coming out of the screen, coming in to sit with you, saying to you, okay, let me have you open up and tell me where you are in your season. Because what you're about to see on the screen is about to speak to that, and you're about to change. You're about to be transformed. Y'all, God will provide. He will. All right, y'all know I've gone long today. I'm so sorry. We got to find a way to shrink down Wednesday workshop. So again, I will put a link in this thread. If you want to have a one-on-one with me, I will do that. Because if you're trying to really do something with your social media, don't keep sitting back waiting for something to happen. Go ahead and do something about it today. If you're just joining us, he already has, Gail. Wow, praise God. Thank you. It's the best Christian show I've ever. Me too, Pastor Alex. It is. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything. And y'all, the music is the bomb.com. The music is today's music. It can be some rap music, even the intro music. The intro music is like, what? It's like fire. It's just like a refreshing, an anointing that's just coming out. Yes, Vid Angel. It's on Vid Angel, VID Angel. And it's called The Chosen. Just Google The Chosen, y'all. Just Google it. Oh my God, just Google it. It is amazing. It is absolutely amazing. All right, y'all, if you're just now joining us, you can watch it tonight, but let me tell you, Jesus is in white. Demia, I'm telling y'all need to watch this. Y'all need to watch this. It is amazing. It is amazing. It is amazing. Trust me, I'm going to tag The Chosen in a minute. I'll be tagging The Chosen, going back to social media. I'll be tagging them since we're talking about them. But y'all, it's that show. I can't even put it into words. I can't even. Every night we watched it, like I don't know how many nights, but there's 8 episodes in the first series. Every time we would end however many we could watch, it was like I was walking on water. I can't explain it. I'm telling y'all, it's like I can't even explain it. And y'all, Simon. Ooh, y'all can read about Simon in the Bible. But Simon came to life in this show. And they're just characters. They're just actors. But Simon is a trip. And we read about Simon in the Bible. We read the Bible and say Simon is a trip. Simon is a short enough trip. They have Simon being Simon to the 9th degree. Ooh, It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, y'all. I am Gail Dudley with your News in Motion. Today is Wednesday, February the 3rd, 2021. It's Workshop Wednesday. If you're just joining us, watch the replay if you want to know anything about social media. If you want one-on-one with me, I'll put a link in there on how you can do that. Until tomorrow, 7:25 a.m. Mwah. Peace out, everybody.